Nicole.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm Diane. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. My name is Nicole Burks. I'm from Hibbing, Minnesota. I'm here to find my dream dress, and I'm here with my...
The morning sun streamed through floor-to-ceiling windows in the bridal shop, illuminating racks of flowing chiffon, lace, and organza in every pastel imaginable. The gentle hum of a polishing machine and delicate clink of hangers filled the air. In the center of the room stood Bella Bloom Bridal, a boutique known for its warm ambience and roses printed on every wallpaper border. Today was opening day for their spring collection launch, Sensational Spring Dresses. Brides-to-be from far and wide had been waiting for this. The scent of fresh peonies curlers through the air, mingling with laughter and the sniffles of happy tears. Behind the counter, store manager Camille Sterling adjusted a vase of daisies. On her tablet, her schedule filled with appointments, one of which was potentially life-changing. At exactly 10 a.m., Lily Nguyen stepped through the doors. In her mid-20s, radiant and nervous, she clasped a bouquet of wildflowers. Her fiancé, Marco, trailed behind her, smiling supportively but uncertain. Camille greeted them with a bright smile. "Welcome to Bella Bloom. You must be our first appointment for the spring launch." Lily nodded, voice quivering a little. "It's a big day. I've always dreamed of finding something ethereal for our summer wedding." They sat in plush chairs. Camille placed fabric swatches on the table, mint chiffon, blush lace, pale lavender satin. Each emphasized the season's freshness. Soon, Lily appeared in the first dress, a soft pastel peach gown with cascading chiffon ruffles. She twirled, eyes sparkling. Marco's jaw relaxed, his earlier nervousness melt into awe. But Lily paused. "I look childish." Camille guided her through emotional highs and lows that every bride feels. She encouraged Lily to breathe, to look at herself in the mirror, and imagine the day she'd say, "I do." They tried a second dress, dove-gray silk with floral embroidery. Lily's expression softened. She and Marco shared a knowing glance. That engagement sparkle returned. After 3 dresses, Lily found the one, a delicate mint organza gown with hand-sewn blossoms trailing across the bodice. Tears glistened as she turned to Marco. He whispered, "Yes, oh yes." A little later, tailor master Elijah arrived to fit dresses from earlier brides. He was meticulous, measuring seams and hemming lengths. His sister, Mara, handled luxe accessories, veils, jackets, belts, each adding her flair. Suddenly, the door chimed again. In strode Sofia Delgado, designer of the spring capsule collection. She was vibrant, deep auburn curls, sparkling eyes. She'd flown in from Barcelona to oversee final adjustments before press coverage. "Everything looks wondrous," she said, surveying the racks. "But Lily's dress, can we add a trailing vine of green leaves at the back? Like life growing behind her." Elijah and Mara exchanged looks. "It'll be exquisite," Mara promised, and rushed to fetch her sketchpad. At noon, Devon Clark arrived with her mom and grandmother. Devon had waited years. 3 previous engagements ended before her happily ever after. She wore a brave smile, but her mother's grip on her arm was tender and cautious. Devon's grandmother, frail but regal, offered words of wisdom. Love blooms in patience. Together, they tried on dresses, from ivory lace with sleeves to minimalist satin with a long bustled train. Devon hesitated at first, reflecting on past heartbreaks. But as she walked in the last dress, a blush pink ball gown with delicate straps, something shifted. She stopped, turned, and her eyes shimmered. "Oh," her mother gasped. Devon laughed through tears. "I'm not afraid anymore." They settled on that gown, and the grandmother pressed a small vintage brooch into Devon's hand, a family heirloom to sew into the bodice. At lunchtime, Camille slipped away to sit in the sunshine outside with a coffee. She reflected on her own journey, once a bride lost in indecision, now a guide for others. Her spring dress had been pale sky-blue organza, the one she still loved but hadn't worn again, packed away for sentimental reasons. A car pulled up. Camille's childhood friend, Jasmine, jumped out wearing a lavender sundress and a nervous smile. She was due for her bridal consult, just 1 week before Camille's own wedding to Ethan. Behind her, Jasmine's 2 young daughters chased butterflies at the edge of the patio. Camille welcomed them warmly, warmth and excitement bubbling, but also a nervous flutter. She pushed down her own inner doubts. Today was a day of joy, not worry. Late afternoon, sunlight slanted into the boutique as Jasmine tried on dresses with Camille's help. Attendance was off the charts, fitting windows packed, aides and sales staff flitted about polishing mirrors and steaming fabric. Jasmine cycled through 3 showstoppers, tulip-patterned lace, sequined pastel wonders, and finally a sculpted spring green gown with off-shoulder sleeves and a full skirt. She looked at Camille with tears. Camille flashed back, Jasmine playing dress-up in the boutique as a child, helping pin curtains with her mother. Now she was the bride. Camille took a deep breath. She realized something. This story, of spring dresses, of love, of courage, was also hers. The collection launch wasn't just about dresses. It was about what they meant to each bride: self-belief, renewal, blossoming into your own truth. At the close of day, Bella Bloom Bridal hosted a spring soiree: champagne, macarons, rose-scented candles. Brides and families mingled. The evening light bathed the shop in rose gold. Sophia stood on a small dais, unveiling her favorite gown of the season, the one she'd dreamt of in Barcelona. Everyone gasped. It was ethereal, a pastel amber of pistachio to blush, petal-like tears that moved like wind through an orchard. Clinking glasses, hearts aglow, everyone felt the promise. These weren't just dresses, they were seeds of new beginnings. Near midnight, as the last guests left and fairy lights dimmed, Camille slipped alone into the ribbon-lined fitting room. She gently touched the sky-blue organza dress from her own wedding box. She slipped inside, heart pounding. In the mirror, she saw her reflection: bride, confidant, blossoming woman. She whispered, "Say yes to me."